Bleed black and gold, buff forever. You already know, man. It's your boy, YouKnowTGreen, and I'm back with another one.
Oh boy, this game was just, whoo, man, we was on the edge of our toes, y'all. And I wanted to get this video out yesterday, but I was traveling back from LA to Florida, and I ain't gonna lie, by the time I got to the crib, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a chill pill, watch some NFL, and kick back and relax. But man, Saturday game had us on the edge of our feet. I don't know if it was that bye week or what, but we came out a little rusty dusty on special teams. They opened up the game and had this big run, and I was just like, oh man, here we go. I was kind of glad we deferred to the second half because that played dividends, because boy, the game started off funny. And when we got on that offensive side of the ball, I don't know what was going on, but I'm glad coach and our offensive line coach and our offensive coordinator didn't waste no time making sure Big Dog Cash, and he is there to pay some bills, got in that game. I'm talking about Cash Cleveland, y'all, because you already know what happened with our center, man. He was already doing what he did 2 weeks prior, hiking that ball a little too early. Shedeur wasn't ready. We was just lucky that we was able to get back on that ball, because it could have been ugly and they could have went the other way for 7. And who knows how this game would have turned out. But y'all got to give me a little credit, y'all. I thought we was finna hit the nail on the head. I was going to say, oh my gosh, I should have went to MGM and put some money on this, because when I tell you, when I saw that score 33, y'all, and y'all saw what I said in my predictions on my last video. I said the score was going to be CUBuffs 33 and Texas Tech was going to have 24. I was oh so close, but we came out with 41, y'all, and Texas Tech had 27. We end up scoring because Big Dog Shilo scooped up that ball and went into the end zone. I don't even think he knew it was a live ball. I think he just picked that thing up and just so happened, because it happened so quick. But we'll cover that in a minute, y'all. But let's talk about this game, man. What a game, man. Shedeur Sanders was for 30 of 43, y'all. He threw for 291 yards. He was averaging 6.8 yards, y'all. And he had 3 touchdowns, and he had a QBR of 78. Big Dog was definitely holding it down, man. Now, we didn't get to establish too much of a run game, but from what we did, Isaiah Augustoff, he had 10 carries for 32 yards. Now, I know you may be saying, man, that's not a lot of yards, but you got to understand the way he was running that ball, when he was running that ball, it was really significant. It kind of set them boys back. Even Deion Hayden had a few runs, you know what I mean? Now, he only had 17 yards. I know the yards was not a lot, but you got to understand, when you mix in Isaiah, Deion, and Shedeur, you know what I mean? You add all those yards up, man, they pretty much add up to something decent. We was almost shy of 100 rushing yards. You know what I mean? So with that being said, our running game wasn't established, but it did what it needed to do when we needed those first downs, when we needed those, it was 2nd and 8 and we needed 4 or 5 yards, so our third down won't be so hard. It paid off. Now, on that receiving side, Travis, man. He was 1 yard shy of 100 yards. I was hoping he would have got the ball one more time, but it is what it is. He had 9 receptions for 99 yards. He was averaging 11 yards per catch, and my dog got him a touchdown. His longest catch was 24 yards. Him and LeJohntay had a 23-yarder, y'all, and he had 6 receptions for 82 yards, and he was averaging 13.7 and had, you know what I mean? I was hoping to see LeJohntay with that number 1 jersey on, but I already know, you know what I mean? They got to go ahead and get that thing made up, because we did play in a different uniform last night. Well, we played in this uniform before, but you know what I mean? We ain't got all the number 1 jerseys in every set that we have. Now, Will Shepherd, he had 79 yards, dog. Will Shepherd had a big game, man. 8 receptions for 79. He was averaging 9 yards, and he got him a touchdown, and his longest was 19 yards, y'all. Isaiah Augustoff even had a few catches out that backfield. That's why I was saying when it was time to run that ball, he ran that ball. When it was time for Shedeur to check down to the running back to get that ball out of his hand, even though Shedeur hold the ball a little too long on some of them plays, that's why our offensive line was getting those hold calls, because we didn't know which way Big Dog was. We were just fighting for our dear life to block. You know what I mean? And Shedeur going to his left and he running back to the right. We is bound to get a holding call, because the minute the defender go the opposite way and we extend that arm and hold on, oh, it's a wrap. That yellow flag coming up out that. So, hey, we got a few penalties there. But back to what I was saying, y'all. Isaiah Augustov had a few catches at that background. Even Savell Smalls, we usually don't throw to our tight end, but he had one reception. And Draylon Miller, man. But all I can say is, man, this was a good team game on offense. Yes, I know we was rested. Those 2 weeks off kind of had us playing a little slow, y'all. We was on the edge of our chair, because that first quarter, I ain't gonna even front, y'all. When Texas Tech popped up with 13 points on us and we had that goose egg, I'm like, oh, Lord, what are we doing? The defense wasn't playing how we supposed to play. The offense wasn't playing how we supposed to play. And I was nervous. But you know what? I was confident that these boys couldn't hold us back, because when that second quarter came and we put up 10 on them, and then before you know it, when the third quarter came, we was up 21. You know what I mean? And they only had 7. I'm like, oh, Lord, now here we go. And you already know we got the job done in that fourth quarter. We put up 10 in the fourth. And, hey, man, the rest is history, 41-27. But let's talk about this defense, because that defense was biting. Man, all I can say is Levante Bentley and the Kill High Hill Green, they came out there and was not playing with them, boy. Bentley had 7 solo. He had 10 all together, man. He was out there just head busting. The Kill Hill Green had him 6 solo, 9 total, y'all. And when that boy jumped up there and grabbed that ball out the air, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, we about to do it. Amari McNeil, man. Hey, we got to give bruh his flowers right now. Big Dog number 88, what it do, dog? Shout out to you, man, because you was holding it down in that paint, man. And when I tell you we had Shane Coates out of the game, I was wondering who was going to step up. We all knew Tyler Brown was playing on both sides of the ball, and I thought we was going to get to see Tyler on the defense, but there's no need, because when the time of need, Amari McNeil stepped up indeed. And I ain't saying nothing, and I love Shane Coates, but we may have to keep rotating in Amari McNeil, because him and Chidozie, then I tell you, him and the block bully was going to hold it down. I told y'all that, man. Amari McNeil had 9 tackles with his teammates. He had 2 solo, y'all, but he was doing his thing. Bro had 1.5 sacks, man. When he got that first sack, I was like, oh, Lord. And he had 3 tackles for losses. Bro was doing his thing. I'm giving him his flowers right now. Even Arden Walker, Big Dog number 53, was standing in the paint. He had 2 sacks, y'all. 2 sacks, 6 solo tackles, y'all. 7 of them was with the team, you know what I mean? But he had 6 of those 7 was solo. Preston Hodge was balling. I know Preston Hodge had a few catches called on him, but it don't matter, because he held it down when we needed him to hold it down, y'all. He had 6 solo and 7 total. Now, Chidozie had 7 total, and he had 5 solo, like I said. And Big Dog Shilo played the day too, y'all. He had 5 solo tackles, 6, you know what I mean, with total, but 5 of them was solo. And he had that 1 touchdown. Like I said, man, when that ball popped out when we hit bruh hand, and he scooped that thing up and ran into that end zone and started doing his daddy shuffle, boy, when he did that Deion shuffle, man, I ain't gonna even front, man. I was screaming. I was in the plane, y'all. I was screaming in the plane, y'all, because, man, I know the people probably thought I was crazy. I had to pay for that Wi-Fi. That was the best $20 ever, because I was not gonna miss this game. And when Shilo ran that ball in at the end right before that plane was about to land, man, I was screaming for joy. I don't know if people thought I was happy to be home or I was happy that our team scored again. But either way it go, I was happy with both situations, because Shilo did his thing on that one, man. You got to give it to him. Even Silman Craig was out there balling. Now, he ain't have a crazy game, but when we needed him, he was laying that paint down. Y'all got to admit, boy, Cameron Silman Craig was out there head busting for real. Now, he had 3 solo, 5 all together, but he was head busting. Him and DJ McKinney. Now, BJ Green, he had a good game, y'all. 2 sacks, 2 tackles for losses. He had 2 solos, 3 all together, man. Even Keaton Wade got hand on a sack, y'all. He had 1.5. Bruh got in the game like, let me get a few. Man, let me put my name in this fold, man. He had 2 solo, 3 total. You know what I mean? Colton Hood had a few, a handful. He had 2 solos. Samuel had 1. Tahaj McCoy had 1. And then everybody else pretty much had 1. Even Ben Finesse came down there. Y'all, it was laying it down, man. He was even laying it down on special teams, boy. Hey, Ben making sure, hey, my name and my number is going to be seen on national TV because, bruh, every play on special teams, he is literally trying to take somebody's head off. I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but pay attention to number 28. I know he a funny dude and everything. He be hopping in on the camera saying funny stuff. But when it's time to handle business, bruh is handling business. And I got a funny feeling about next year, y'all. Hey, bruh gonna come back and be at that safety position out there head busting because I see it in him. Anquan Barnes, he had a tackle, y'all. And the defense, like I said, just was playing solid, man. I can't even front, man. The entire game was just up and down. But once we saw that we had the game, you could tell our confidence level just was shining. Because once we saw that we got this thing in wraps, it was some points in the game. I'm like, oh, Lord, we went 3-9. We giving these boys that ball back. Y'all got to admit that. I just knew Texas Tech was finna try to come down there and score. And now we got to go in overtime. And I'm glad that didn't happen because I just don't think it would have went good for us, y'all. They was already throwing burritos on the field. They was throwing beer bottles. They was throwing everything out there on the field to the point coach had to snap on the rest. Y'all saw the clip where the ref was saying something like, hey, man, y'all blowing kisses at the crowd. So, man, it was just a lot of everything. Even Shilo got into it with dude, man. And y'all saw Bucket. Bucket was about to lay out the ball, boy, for trying to knock that ball out of Shilo's hand. I know y'all saw that. And if you didn't, go on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and type it in, man. Y'all gotta watch the video, boy. I said, oh, look at Bucket. Bucket ain't playing, boy. Hey, we saw a different side of Bucket, boy. Y'all be thinking Bucket sweet to just be low key. Nah, Bucket ready to stand up for his brothers, man. But anyway, y'all, it was just a good game, man. Model was model, you know what I mean? He ain't missed no field goals. That's what I'm talking about. But man, hey, I don't know what's up with Jimmy Horn, but it looked like bruh got hurt. He must have re-aggravated something in that leg or hamstring or something. I got to read up more on it. But y'all saw he was absent from the game. And I was saying in my last video, I was hoping that Jimmy Horn would have had a big game. But, you know, hey, it's still time in the season. We have a few games left. But, hey, man, I need Jimmy to show out because I want to see bruh at that next level. And I believe he can play at that next level, just like Coach Prime said. But that was the game recap. I'm not going to be too long-winded here. I know everybody saw the game. And if you missed the game, boy, you missed the game, man. 41-27. I see you Buffaloes held it down, man. We moving up in the ranks right now. I think we ranked number 18, if I'm not mistaken, on the AP poll. When I checked yesterday, it's just a good look. We still got a lot more to do. You know, it is not over, but I can say I am happy that what's that, Iowa State end up losing the other day. Cause whoo, boy, I tell you, that Big 12 championship have our name written all on it. We just got to win the remainder of the games. We already know Kansas State and Iowa, they play at the end of the year. So, hey, somebody got to lose with that, man. And who knows? We just may be playing BYU in that championship. And I'm telling you right now, them boys would not want to see us because right now we playing Buffalo's football. And I believe, and I strongly believe, if you get us into those playoffs, we're going to shock a few. Because one thing about us, when you hate on us, oh, boy, that's the worst thing you could do, boy. We feel like we got a chip on our shoulder. For anything, you better be giving us kudos so we can come out there and think we too cocky. But if we play with a chip on our shoulder, you might as well say, welcome here, Doritos. It's going down, boy. Everything getting crushed. It's going down for real. But I ain't going to hold y'all. I hope everybody having a good day, man. We're going to keep these videos coming this week because it's important. And because right now, everything matters. Boy, that's a good feeling, man. Because you already know the motto.
You already know the motto, man. Another day above ground is what? Truly a blessing. Like, share, subscribe, tune in with your boy, YouKnowTGreen, and I'm going to be right back with another one.